Hi everyone, I'm Kiki and this channel is Kiki Learns Japanese. And if you follow my videos, we can learn together. I'll be sharing videos weekly with vocab from my Mina no Nihongo book, as well as hiragana and homework from my native speaking Japanese tutor. Today we're learning the second 5 hiragana symbols. To help support me on this journey, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment to help others find my page and videos. Let's get started. The first hiragana symbol that we're going to learn is ka, ka. So to rate the hiragana symbol ka, we have 3 separate lines. So our stroke pattern will be line 1. That is going to be the line coming crossed down and curving up. Line 2 is going to come almost straight down, slightly curved to the side. And line 3 is the dash mark on the side. So again, line 1, line 2, and line 3. Now, I hope that you guys are following along with a pen and paper, and admittedly, it is much easier with a pen and paper. And I like to say the symbol that I'm rating when I'm rating it. So when I get it done, I'm looking at it and I'm recognizing and saying ka, ka. We have to get comfortable with not only hearing it, but saying these sounds. Ka. Line 1, line 2, and line 3, ka. So I like to practice it with the 4 squares here. It gives me an idea of how they how they take up the space. And then we're going to try to rate this symbol with no borders here. So that was a little too close to that line. So let's try again, ka. So across, down, and looping it, line 2, and the hash mark line 3, ka. And I'm constantly referencing back to that first photo there to try to improve it. Ka. That one's not so bad. 1, line 2, line 3, ka. Line 1, line 2, line 3, ka. And our last one, we'll try to finish strong here. 1, that looked too close. Let's try here. 2, 3, ka. Our next hiragana symbol to learn is ki, ki. To rate the hiragana symbol ki, we need 3 lines. So we're going to have line 1 coming across. Line 2 is underneath it, looks slightly longer. Line 3 is going to come down at an angle and then loop back around. So I know I said this in the first set of hiragana, I believe, but my biggest fault is that I like to continue. For example, I'm lazy with the end stroke and I let it go too long. So we see here that the end stroke of number 3, so we've got line 1, line 2, line 3, where that comes down to that angle is where that loop ends. I noticed that because other hiragana looks so similar, but just that the end and how that symbol ends could make that a whole new character. So line 1, line 2, and this is the symbol ki. Ki. Ki is ki. 1, 2, 3, ki. Now with no lines here, we're going to write it 1, line 2, down at a slight angle, loop it around, ki. So if you were reading the symbols that I'm rating and you look at the symbol to the left, would you know what hiragana symbol I was rating? And how much better does yours on pen and paper look than mine? Very curious to know. Again, that's ki. So I'm noticing I have a big space. I'm going to try to make that correction here. Let's try to get these lines a little bit closer to each other. That looks a little bit better. And this line's going to start just above it. Key. I think that was an improvement. And that's all we can ask for, right? Each time that we're writing these symbols, we're still learning. So we're just going to hope that each time is a little bit better. Key. And that we have a little bit of a quicker recognition when we see the symbols. And each time, instead of thinking, what symbol is that? We're going to look at this one day and we're going to go, that's key. Our next hiragana symbol that we're learning is ku. Ku. Now, luckily, the symbol ku has just one line. So we're going to go ahead and start in this top left side. And we see that it's not very curve. It's not like a heavy curve on this symbol. So not like a full Pac-Man mouth, but a nice little angle. So even here, I think that my angle is too sharp. So I'm going to try to kind of elongate that. Yes, that looks better to me. Ku. Ku. And that's why writing on this grid paper type is nice because I can see where I'm kind of starting, where that center comes in. It really helps me kind of like figure out how I need to write that symbol better to look like the example. So here I'm going to write a line left and right, ku, and I'm going to try to keep it a little bit slimmer. Ku, I think that one looked pretty good. Ku, that one's a little wonky. Let's try again. Ku. Such a subtle character. I like it. Ku. And look how quick we did that symbol. Symbol ku. Our next hiragana symbol is ke. Ke. To write the hiragana symbol ke, we need 3 lines. So for line 1, that will come down on the left-hand side and a little up jump at the end there. Line 2 is actually going to be that cross line, and line 3 comes down and curves back towards the left line. Now you see that the downward line with that tick up, it's small, whereas on the right side, that one that comes down, that's an obvious curve. So that is a symbol ke. Again, 1, 2, 3, ke. All right, I know that yours on paper has to look so good if mine on the computer is coming out looking like this. So I think that this is a pretty easy symbol to write. So the real hard part is memorizing ke, memorizing the hiragana character ke. That's a great question that comes to my mind as I say this is, would we call this a symbol or a character? I think a character sounds right. And that is ke. Okay. When I let my lines go there, it felt like I got a little bit wonky. So we're going to try to keep it tight. There we go. Ke. Oh, I think that one looks the best so far. 1, line 2 is across, line 3 down. Ke. 1. Why are my symbols getting smaller? 2, 3, ke. Referencing back. Line 1, line 2, line 3, ke. And let's finish it out strong. Line 1, line 2, and this is the hiragana symbol ke. This is our 5th and final hiragana symbol on the line of K's, and this hiragana symbol is ko. Ko. To write ko, you need 2 lines. The first line is straight across and a little tick at the end. And then imagine there's an imaginary line going, that's how I see it, and it curves back around. Ko. So a small tick at the end there, and then line at the bottom, ko. It's a very rounded looking character to me, ko. So let's try to get this a little bit more like a little tick. There we go. Ko. Line across and tick down. 1, 2, ko. Do you see that as like the line kind of cuts off, like somebody wrote it and then erased just one swipe down it? That's how I see it. And it's like this here just keeps going through. Ooh, I lost the whole symbol down there. Let's try to fix that one. Line 1, line 2, ko. Now again, I've said this in another video, but look at this symbol in different fonts too. It's very important that you see what this symbol looks like in other fonts so you're able to recognize it best, because there are some symbols that do look a little bit different based on the font that you're in, and it just, when it's something that you're learning, like I'm learning, you're looking for exact specific things, and when it's slightly altered, it's hard to recognize at first, like from the side here, you know, writing an A like this or writing an A like this. They're both A's, but if you don't know, you don't know. So it's really good. I'm not saying they changed that much, but it's really good to read it in different fonts too. So have fun with that. Copy a character into Word and then change it between Times New Roman and whatever other fonts. See what it looks like. I think that's going to be really helpful. And this was the hiragana symbol, ko. We made it through all of the K symbols for hiragana. That was ka, ki, ku, ke, and ko. Which one did you rate the best? For me, I think ku was the easiest symbol, of course, with one line. But we're going to go ahead and learn more hiragana in the next video. Let me know if there's any tips and tricks that you have and you've learned hiragana that will help me or other people watching. And then also, of course, I hope that you guys do follow along with me as I'm learning Japanese right now. And hopefully we can learn together and build a community with this. I'm going to be posting videos with my hiragana practice as well as my homework. So I'm copying and pasting all of my questions that I have in my homework from my private native speaking Japanese tutor, as well as doing videos with the vocab from the Mina no Nihongo book. And I would just like to say thank you for studying with me, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.